All right, let's talk about Greeley. There's a vote happening, Proposition 1A, and it's a big one. Seriously, the outcome could completely change the city's future. We're going to break down exactly what's on the table.
Yeah, your vote is basically going to send Greeley down one of two totally different roads. So, what's really at stake here? What are you actually deciding on? Let's dive right into the official breakdown. Okay, so this whole thing, it really boils down to one piece of legislation, something called Ordinance 30. Now, if you're not familiar, zoning is just the city's rulebook for what can be built and where. And this ordinance, well, it gave the green light to a huge development project. So the choice for voters is pretty straightforward. Do you keep it or do you get rid of it? And just so we're all on the same page, let's be super clear about what your vote means. A yes vote on Proposition 1A, that repeals the ordinance. It stops this project dead in its tracks. A no vote, on the other hand, keeps the ordinance in place, basically giving the development the go-ahead to move forward.
All right, so let's walk down that first path. What happens if voters say yes and repeal the whole thing? You can think of this as the path of, caution, of hitting pause and reconsidering. Let's look at exactly what that means.
A yes vote sets off this immediate chain reaction. Boom, the project stopped. And that means all those projected jobs, that tax revenue, and even that huge $56 million chunk for road upgrades, it all gets put on hold. It's basically a hard reset. And get this, it could even put the deal with the Colorado Eagles hockey team in jeopardy, which would be a pretty big deal for local sports fans.
Okay, so that's the yes vote. Now let's flip the coin. What does the future look like if voters say no and let the project move forward? This is what you might call the path of ambitious but calculated risk.
A no vote, well, that locks it all in and really gets the wheels turning. The city takes on the financial risks, for sure, but it also means construction starts, a brand new entertainment district gets built, and that new tax money starts flowing in to help fund other city priorities.
And let's talk numbers for a second, because they're pretty staggering. The projections for the no path, we're talking about unlocking $2.9 billion in economic activity over 10 years. And that's not just the cost to build the thing. That's everything. New businesses, local spending, the whole shebang.
And this isn't just about a temporary construction boom either. The plan projects almost 1,400 new permanent jobs. Jobs in hospitality, in retail, and actually running the new venues all year round.
And maybe this is the real heartbeat of the whole project. The new venue is expected to host over 200 events a year. Think about that. We're talking pro hockey games, big-name concerts, conventions, just a constant buzz of energy and activity. So there you have it, laid out side by side. The choice really is between hitting the brakes to rethink things or hitting the gas on a future that's, high risk, but potentially high reward. Either way you vote, there are definite immediate consequences for Greeley.
But, a decision like this isn't just about dollars and cents. It goes way beyond the balance sheet. There are these other impacts on the community to think about, the kinds of things you can't really put a price tag on.
Folks who support the project believe it would create something like a modern town square, a central hub for people to gather and have shared experiences. They're picturing new opportunities for kids in sports, a bigger spotlight on Greeley and the region, and just a new sense of pride in the city.
And this quote from the official analysis really sums up that whole idea. It's about the potential for creating memories, families going to games together, kids getting into new programs, and residents just feeling good about their city's attractions. The idea is that maybe that's the real value here.
So we've looked at both paths. What does it all boil down to for you, the voter? Well, at the end of the day, it's really about how you weigh risk versus reward.
Your vote is the one that's going to decide which road Greeley takes. Is it the path of caution, where the community takes a step back and rethinks this whole massive project? Or is it the path of ambition, pushing forward with a plan that, yeah, it has big risks, but it also has the promise of a huge, transformative reward? And that's really the fundamental question here, isn't it? How does a community decide when a really big risk is worth a potentially huge reward? That's what's at the heart of Proposition 1A. And now the answer is up to the voters.